Section 1. The God of War versus the Genius of Peace. An eternal Uchiha question. The Uchiha clan, famed for the Sharingan, has produced legends, but none greater than Madara and Itachi. Madara, the god of war, whose name alone could shake nations. Itachi, the genius of peace, a prodigy who sacrificed everything for his village. Fans have debated for years, who is truly the greatest Uchiha? This isn't just about who would win in a fight, it's a clash of ideals and what it means to be an Uchiha. Madara embodies raw power and ambition, a force of nature who sought to dominate the world for his vision of peace. His presence on the battlefield was enough to make armies tremble. Itachi, in contrast, is the master of subtlety and intellect, a tragic genius who bore the weight of impossible choices. He operated from the shadows, sacrificing his own happiness for the greater good. Madara is overwhelming force. Itachi is unparalleled strategy. Their stories are a battle between destructive might and surgical precision. Today, we dive into their abilities, philosophies, and legacies to answer the ultimate question: Madara versus Itachi. Who is the greatest Uchiha? Let's begin. Section 2. The Rise of Madara, a legend forged in battle. Madara Uchiha was shaped by the brutal Warring States period, where survival meant strength. As a prodigy, he rose quickly, dreaming of peace alongside Hashirama Senju. Together they founded the Hidden Leaf Village. But Madara's vision for peace clashed with Hashirama's ideals. Feeling betrayed, Madara chose conflict, believing only absolute control could bring true peace. His battle with Hashirama at the Valley of the End became legend. Madara tamed the Nine Tails, awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan, and later, the Rinnegan, powers that set him apart from all others. He could summon meteors, unleash devastating fire jutsu, and wield a perfect Susanoo. On the battlefield, Madara was a one-man army, his power and tactics unmatched. Even after death, his reanimated form overwhelmed thousands of elite shinobi. Madara was not just a ninja, he was a living catastrophe. Section 3. The Burden of Itachi, a shadow sacrifice for light. Itachi Uchiha's story is a quiet tragedy, an unmatched prodigy with a gentle heart. Traumatized by war, he became a pacifist, caught between loyalty to his clan and devotion to his village. When the Uchiha planned a coup, Itachi faced an impossible choice: side with his clan or prevent civil war. He chose peace, annihilating his clan to save the village and his brother, Sasuke. Branded a traitor, he joined the Akatsuki as a double agent, secretly protecting Konoha. Every move was calculated to shield the village and guide Sasuke toward heroism. Itachi's strength lay in intellect, precision, and mastery of genjutsu. His Tsukuyomi could shatter minds in an instant. His Amaterasu and Susanoo were legendary. He fought like a surgeon, swift, efficient, and unseen. Itachi was the ultimate protector, sacrificing everything for peace. Section 4. A clash of titans, power and speed. In raw power, Madara is unmatched. His chakra reserves rival-tailed beasts, and his jutsu can erase battlefields. His speed and strength, especially as the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, are superhuman. Madara's taijutsu and stamina let him dominate entire armies. Itachi, though fast and skilled, was limited by illness and had to rely on flawless timing and efficiency. His battles were short and decisive, ending before his stamina could fail. Madara thrives in prolonged, brutal combat. Itachi excels in swift, surgical strikes. In a contest of endurance and destructive force, Madara holds the clear advantage. But shinobi battles aren't always decided by power alone. Sometimes precision and intellect can turn the tide. While Madara dominates in power, Itachi is the true master of strategy. Itachi's genius was evident from childhood. His plans accounted for every outcome. He manipulated the Akatsuki, protected Konoha, and orchestrated his own death to guide Sasuke. In battle, he analyzed opponents instantly, exploiting weaknesses with ruthless efficiency. Madara too was a brilliant general and long-term planner, orchestrating the Eye of the Moon plan and manipulating events for decades. Yet Madara's confidence in his power often led to arrogance, sometimes underestimating opponents. Itachi, by contrast, was cautious and pragmatic, never letting pride cloud his judgment. In a battle of wits, Itachi's meticulous planning and psychological warfare could give him the edge. Madara's strategies shone on the battlefield. Itachi's brilliance was in the shadows. Both were masterminds, but Itachi's subtlety made him uniquely dangerous. Against overwhelming force, sometimes the sharpest mind prevails. The true contest is not just of strength, but of intellect. Genjutsu is the Uchiha's signature, and here, Itachi reigns supreme. His Tsukuyomi traps victims in a world of psychological torture in an instant. Itachi's illusions were so refined, he could defeat opponents without a single blow. He used Genjutsu for offense, defense, and manipulation. His mastery was legendary. Madara, too, wielded powerful Genjutsu, controlling tailed beasts and casting the world-altering infinite Tsukuyomi. While Madara's Genjutsu was grand in scale, Itachi's was unmatched in precision and lethality one-on-one. Could Itachi's Tsukuyomi work on Madara? It's uncertain. Uchiha with strong Sharingan can resist Genjutsu, but Itachi's skill was exceptional. Their battle would be a war of wills, fought in the mind as much as on the battlefield. In direct Genjutsu combat, Itachi's specialization gives him a real chance, but Madara's sheer power and resistance make him a daunting opponent. The outcome would hinge on whose mind proves stronger. Ninjutsu and dojutsu are where both Uchiha shine, but in different ways. Madara's arsenal is overwhelming: massive fire jutsu, Rinnegan abilities, and a perfect Susanoo that dwarfs mountains. His destructive power is nearly unmatched, and his dojutsu grants him godlike abilities. Itachi, meanwhile, wields Amaterasu's black flames and a Susanoo armed with the sword of Totsuka and Yada mirror. His techniques are precise and devastating, but each use comes at a personal cost. Itachi's Susanoo is a fortress. Perfect offense and defense in one. The clash between Madara's overwhelming force and Itachi's invincible defense is a fascinating question. Could Madara's power break the Yada mirror? Could Itachi seal Madara with the Totsuka blade? Their dojutsu define them: Madara's for destruction, Itachi's for protection. In this arena, it's unstoppable force versus immovable object. The deepest divide between Madara and Itachi is their philosophy. Madara, scarred by endless war, believed peace could only come through absolute control, hence the infinite Tsukuyomi. He sought to end conflict by imposing his will, even if it meant becoming a villain. Madara's path was one of dominance, shaping the world at any cost. Itachi, in contrast, believed in sacrifice and trust. He protected peace by bearing all burdens himself, never forcing his will on others. Itachi's strength was in protecting, not controlling. He entrusted the future to the next generation. He sacrificed everything for the village, embodying selfless love and endurance. Madara's legacy is a warning about the dangers of power without compassion. Itachi's is a lesson in the strength of quiet sacrifice. Their conflict is the heart of the Uchiha legacy: control versus trust, dominance versus selflessness. This is what truly sets them apart. So, who is the greatest Uchiha? In a head-to-head battle at their peak, Madara's godlike power would likely overwhelm even a healthy Itachi. Madara's Rinnegan Ten-Tails and near-infinite chakra make him almost unbeatable. Itachi's only hope would be a swift, decisive strike. But landing it on Madara is nearly impossible. Yet, greatness isn't just about strength. Madara's legacy is one of destruction and fear, a cautionary tale of power gone astray. Itachi's is one of sacrifice, love, and the true meaning of being a shinobi. He saved the village from the shadows, inspired others, and left a legacy of peace. Madara was the strongest Uchiha, Itachi was the greatest. Their stories are two sides of the same coin, one defined by conquest, the other by compassion. The debate will continue, but perhaps that's the point. Who do you think is the greatest Uchiha, and why? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.